you know, daring to be great.
You would fight him.
Man, tell him to come up there.
He got to come to win 54.
He said I got a glass chin. So tell him to come and touch it.
Wow.
Tank Davis, known for his unfiltered, no-holds-barred approach to speaking his mind, once again made waves in the boxing world. His latest controversy unfolded after the prestigious Ring Magazine Awards held at the historic Royal Naval College in London. For many, it was an unforgettable night, attended by some of boxing's biggest names, including Alexander Usyk, Canelo Alvarez, Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, and Lennox Lewis, to name just a few. However, there was one glaring omission from the star-studded guest list: Gervonta Tank Davis. And as anyone who follows Tank knows,
Tank cannot fuck with Terence Crawford at all. Y'all keep pushing for that. He will destroy Tank, man.
Being left out of the spotlight is not something he takes lightly. When Tank discovered that he had been excluded from the event, he wasted no time expressing his displeasure. True to his brash style, Tank took to Instagram to air his grievances, and his post quickly became the talk of the boxing world. What started as a simple frustration about being left off the invite list soon escalated into a full-blown tirade.
There's now like, trash, yeah, they trash. I think back in the day, fighters was better than the fighters today.
With Tank lashing out at several key figures in the boxing industry, Davis' fury was palpable. He shared an image posted by Matchroom Boxing, which featured the illustrious lineup of fighters who attended the award ceremony. But instead of celebrating the occasion or staying quiet about his exclusion, Tank used the image to voice his anger. His initial post was straightforward but cutting. Why didn't they invite everybody? But they invited people they deal with. F out of here.
Obviously, all the fans want to see you and Tank in a ring this year. Do you think Turki Alalshikh's the man to make that?
Yeah, I think that that's going to be a tremendous fight. I think he's saving boxing, so once Tank gets with him, and I think the fight's going to...
Stop debating. Tank didn't stop there. As the backlash from his social media posts started to grow, Davis dug deeper, directing his ire at Eddie Hearn, the well-known British boxing promoter and the founder of Matchroom Boxing. Tank called Hearn out with a string of insults, questioning the motives behind the guest list at the event. His words were harsh and unforgiving. Stop debating. He didn't invite everybody but invited people they deal with. Get out of here? Tank shouted, but it didn't end with just a few choice words.
I've been hearing some rumblings about Terence Crawford versus Tank Davis. And when I think about this fight, I am getting Errol Spence versus Mikey Garcia vibes.
Tank's fury only grew as he continued to criticize Hearn, calling him a little rat, clearly indicating that Davis felt Hearn was out of touch with the real fighters of the sport. What followed was an even more personal attack on the man Tank believed was responsible for the snub. He went after Turki Alalshikh, a key figure in boxing, known for his involvement in major events in Saudi Arabia and his association with Ring Magazine. Davis went on a tirade, suggesting that Alalshikh was out of his depth when it came to understanding the intricacies of boxing. Tank expressed disbelief at how Alalshikh had gained influence in the sport, stating, "They want to act like this guy is good for boxing when he is not good at it."
Are you retiring?
What changed? What made this
Trash, garbage.
If you got the opportunity to sign a prospect for GTD,
The criticism of Alalshikh took on a more pointed tone as Tank questioned his motivations and knowledge of the sport. If so, why is he not building the people where he is from? Tank raged. This guy knows nothing about boxing at all, and this is who they are turning to. Tank seemed convinced that Alalshikh, rather than uplifting fighters from his own region, was simply part of a larger scheme to promote individuals who weren't necessarily the best for the sport, but who had the right connections. Davis' post revealed a sense of disillusionment that extended beyond just the snub at
somebody like Tank say 147, I knock Bud out.
Well, he just talking. Mm-hmm. You know, he got the confidence in himself that he believed that he can do that because he's been knocking all these fighters out that he's been in the ring.
For Tank, the issue wasn't just about being excluded from an awards show. It was about a broader trend he saw within boxing, a trend that prioritized relationships and connections over pure talent. He felt that too many people in the industry were more interested in promoting those who could help them make money, rather than those who truly deserved recognition for their skills inside the ring. Tank's frustration seemed to stem from a belief that he, along with other fighters who weren't part of the right circles, were being overlooked in favor of boxers who had strong business ties or were willing to play the game. The concept of favoritism was something Tank clearly couldn't stomach.
Bud Crawford and Tank Davis. And would weight be an issue there, or would that just be a matter of you waiting for him to be ready for you?
Yeah, no, Tank is at a lower weight class than me. He's at 135. I'm at 147. That's 2 weight classes apart.
So he would have to come up.
Yeah, because I wouldn't never.
You can't get that low.
So that's not gonna happen, because I saw people talking about it. You don't think?
And he made no effort to hide it. His rant went further as he tore into the notion of fighters traveling to Saudi Arabia to participate in events, calling into question the motivations behind these high-profile fights. "Lol, they have to go over there to make money," Tank wrote, adding his personal jab. "I sell where I'm from, America." For Tank, this wasn't just about money. It was about representing his roots and showing loyalty to this home country, rather than cashing in on lucrative paydays abroad. He mocked those who ventured to Saudi Arabia, calling them out for fighting in front of small, often sparse crowds, all while collecting big checks. They are going over there, getting their ass kicked, fighting in front of a total of 19 people, Tank observed. He clearly didn't see the point in participating in these overseas events if they weren't delivering true fan engagement or promoting real boxing. It was clear that Tank's frustrations weren't just about being left off the invite list for one particular event. His anger reflected a deeper, more pervasive issue in boxing, the question of what truly makes a fighter worthy of recognition. Tank seemed to feel that the sport was being corrupted by money, connections, and business interests, rather than rewarding fighters based on their talent and accomplishments in the ring. His comments about fighters going to Saudi Arabia to fight for huge paydays only reinforced this idea. It was as if he was suggesting that the real value of boxing was being lost in favor of spectacle and financial incentives. For Tank, the boxing world had become increasingly disconnected from the fighters who actually built the sport. His frustration was also evident in his remarks about Ring magazine, which he suggested had lost its credibility. Davis believed that the magazine, which had long been regarded as a cornerstone of boxing journalism, was now too focused on promoting certain individuals rather than elevating the best in the sport. His rant painted a picture of a boxing world where business interests were taking precedence over the passion and dedication that should define the sport. The heart of Tank's anger seemed to lie in the idea that true talent wasn't being recognized the way it should. He felt that fighters who earned their way to the top through skill, hard work, and dedication were being pushed aside in favor of those with powerful connections or those who played along with the industry's larger money-making strategies. This sense of injustice fueled Tank's words, and it's clear that he wasn't just venting about being excluded from a party. He was calling out what he saw as a flawed and unfair system. Tank Davis' Instagram rant was not just a one-off outburst. It was a window into his frustrations with a sport that he clearly felt was moving away from the principles of merit and respect for talent. His words sparked heated debates among boxing fans and insiders, with some agreeing with his criticisms and others questioning the way he handled the situation. Either way, his message was clear. Tank Davis wasn't going to sit quietly while the sport he loved was being shaped by the wrong people. Ultimately, Tank's outburst shines a light on some of the deeper issues facing boxing today. It raises important questions about who gets to be celebrated, who gets to dictate the direction of the sport, and what truly matters in a world where business interests often overshadow pure athleticism. Tank Davis's message is an uncompromising call for change, and whether people agree with him or not, it's hard to deny that his words have struck a chord,